There are shows with psychics.
And there are shows with doctors.
But there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
and street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Baccili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight,
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street-smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic
and the Doc, and it starts now. Welcome, everyone, to The Psychic and the Doc. We are here for you during the holidays, and The Psychic and the Doc are on the clock. I'm Mark Anthony, JD, Psychic Explorer, and I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Dr. Pat Baccili. And, we are closing out 2024, and we're very honored because we won Best Radio Show of the Year for 2024. And we look forward to 2025. And the theme for tonight's show is every time a bell rings. Now, for all the callers, I know probably 90+% of you have heard that line from a very famous movie. Every time a bell rings. Go ahead, Dr. Pat.
I get a winning lottery ticket.
Yeah, I like that one better. But in 1946 or 7, the movie "It's a Wonderful Life" came out.
Yep, exactly.
And we've been inflicted with it every year since. I think it's okay. I don't really watch it anymore. But the big line at the end of the movie is every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings or her wings, But we thought that it meant a lot more than just that. Every time a bell rings, it's a spiritual feeling. It's a calling. It's something deep within all of us.
Yeah.
And, bells are very, very positive symbols. I mean, think of the bells of Notre Dame. After 5 years, they're ringing again. I was so thrilled to see Notre Dame restored. And I don't even want to say to her former glory, even better, because yeah, well, it looks like it did when it was built 8 centuries ago, because it used to be dark and gloomy. And I spent a lot of time in Notre Dame, but they cleaned all the soot, from 800 years of candles. Catholics like candles. I'm Catholic, or raised Catholic. And it's stunning how beautiful the artwork and the painting there. And the bells of Notre Dame, that's one of the symbols of Paris. But Dr. Pat, what does every time a bell rings, what does that resonate with you?
Okay, here it is. I'm going to make it a short story because I know we have a ton of callers. When I was a kid, and the childhood I had, but there was one great saving grace with my dad. And I think my stepmom was really the catalyst, but he would always bring us down to Rockefeller Center in New York. I'm from New York. And we would go down there and, around the holiday, the trees all lit, then you can ice skate. But the Salvation Army was always there. And from as young as I can remember, I just loved those people with the bell and the whole deal, right? And so my dad would always give me money to put in their red kettle. And so I did this for a lot of years. One year, my dad gave me a bell so that I could go that year and I could actually stand with them and do the bell. Now, why is that an important story? Because at age 17, homeless in New York, they helped me.
Wow.
That same organization that I just happened to put the bell thing in, those folks and the Hare Krishna people literally helped me. But but you understand the red kettle, they have a long history. Those were the folks that were able to help me. And I often wonder, what would have happened if I didn't have the angels I had back then, right?
Yeah.
So between the Salvation Army and the Hare Krishna people, I was my own band. So with the Salvation Army, I ring the bell. With the Hare Krishna people, I got a tambourine.
Hey, and which has percussion instruments, a bell on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Hare Krishnas got a really bad rap, and I've known a number of them through the years, and
Mhm.
so many of them are just really wonderful people,
Well,
because
what
it's
I
all
don't know the
about.
rap they got. What are the rap they got? Because I'm talking like, okay, we're talking in the late 60s now. And so they just kind of fit in with like everybody back then.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like Bob Dylan was down in the Village. That was great. The Cafe Wa. And then we had the Hurricane. But they fit in back there. And then they didn't. Then they like disappeared.
There's still a number of ashrams and temples. In fact, Rocky and I visited one in West Virginia. There's one I know
Mm,
of in Florida. They're around the country where there's still people. And the Krishna movement, it's Hinduism, and there's three. The Hinduism has a trinity, like Christianity has God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, and the Hindus have Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the sustainer, and Shiva, the destroyer, which really parallel the
yeah, they
Christian
do.
Trinity, because the destroyer doesn't mean destruction in the negative sense. It means the eternal cycle of life, the spiritual aspect, which would be, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, as used to be referred to in Christianity. And Krishna was an avatar, an earthly manifestation of God. And one of the things that the Hindus believe, which I think is really cool, is that, and you got to realize that just because people are a member of a religion, it doesn't mean that they always practice it. Okay. And we see this a lot with, people that claim to be Christian, people that claim to be Muslims when they go crazy and get all political. But the Hindus believe that you need to be kind and compassionate to everyone,
Yeah.
because the stranger that you encounter may be God in human form. And the Hindus believe that God walks among us often, and you won't know because God will look like just a regular person. And I always thought that was really, really kind of a cool belief.
It is
Um,
a cool belief. And, it's interesting for me because I find myself that experience and that introduction, let's call it introduction. I grew up with, let's call it a more open mind about spirituality and religion. And, it's no surprise that my table tennis player is from India, and I don't even know half the curse words I think she's saying during our games. But there's just this appreciation now. Somebody asked me a question, I don't know, about a year ago. So I was doing a show and I was announcing God Talk. And they said, well, really, how are you going to determine what God you're going to have on God Talk? And I said, what do you mean? Like all gods? And they said, well, you're going to have like other. I said, listen, in my recovery program, we do a thing called the God of My Understanding. And that's what we're going to invite to that network. And, there'll be some shows that are Christian shows. We may even get a Catholic show in there, although I don't know that we will. But you'll be able to get shows in there, that talk about Sanskrit. This is the year 2025 is that year to really enable whatever spiritual energetic vibration we can, so long as it's fueled with love.
Beautiful, beautiful. And, it's interesting how, this time of year, people tend to talk quite a bit about God, and usually in the Christian sense, but we also have to keep in mind that Hanukkah will start on December 25th this year.
Right.
Hanukkah lasts 8 days. And so for all of our Jewish listeners, we're wishing you a happy, healthy, and prosperous and loving Hanukkah. And I remember something that Pope John Paul II said, because, people are always like, well, the Catholic Church is the one true church and Christianity is the one true. And that may be what he believed and what the church teaches. But he was also a very learned man. And he said that everyone should follow their own religion, but follow the teachings of it. In other words, the teachings of peace, because all of the great belief systems, it's not all about conquest and hatred and anger and bigotry. It's about peace and love and compassion and understanding. And so if everyone would simply follow the teachings of the great avatars, be it Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, go right down the line, I think the world really would be a more positive place.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
every time a bell rings, let's hope that it brings
Yeah.
that peace.
Well, I hear the bell ringing. We're going to take a very short break. And when we come back, Stefan's going to connect us. Now, I just want to tell everybody the way this goes is when Stefan goes and brings you on, he'll announce you. But then the other thing is make sure you're turning your radio speaker, whatever you got going on in the background, off. And we'll connect you with Mark, of course, find out what you're looking for, what guidance. The only thing we ask you is let Mark finish what he's doing, because he's connecting with spirit, and we don't want to interrupt that connection. And then once Mark's done, he will come back to you and ask you a question. And then if we have enough time, he'll hand you over to me. Let's take a really, really 60-second break, everybody. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Holistic Life Magazine. Thank you, all of you that voted for us or however that was done. Thank you for the acknowledgement, and you're the reason we're here. Let's take a short break, Stefan. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Psychic in the Doc. I am Dr. Pat. I'm here with my esteemed colleague, the most incredible psychic explorer, Mark Anthony, JD. And we are ready to go to the phones. Okay, Stefan, who do we have first?
Okay, we have Colby from Nevada. Colby, you are live.
Hi,
Hey.
hello. This is Colby
Hi.
from Nevada.
Hey, Colby from Nevada. Is this really you? Good to have you on. How can we help you tonight?
Oh, it's good to be here. It's first time listening and first time calling, to be honest with you. Yeah,
Nice.
just looking to see if there's any messages out there for me.
Let's
Okay.
get you over to Mark.
All right, Colby, I'm picking up on a male spirit, a male energy around you. And he feels, it's interesting because at first I thought this could be like a father energy, but just because I say a father energy, that means a male that is on that generational level. Could be a dad, an uncle, or a stepfather, or a mentor. But the interesting thing, I didn't want to say weird, the interesting thing is it's almost like a brother energy too. So there is a male energy, very close to you coming through. And what I'm getting with him, the way he passed, is I feel my lungs are burning. And by burning, this could indicate some type of disease, illness. A lot of times the burning sensation may indicate cancer, but it could also be a COPD, emphysema. And I am tasting and smelling smoke. Now, that's interesting because that could mean he was a smoker, or there could have been something about smoke inhalation that may have been connected to his death. And in my left lung is particularly burning, and I'm feeling my heart an ablation. So there feels like there was a lot of problems, not only with his lungs, but also with his heart. So we're getting a cardiopulmonary issue, tasting a lot of blood. And I do feel, based on what he's conveying to me, this was not a new thing. He was living with a cardiopulmonary issue for some time, but then it really kicked in, and I feel him declining. I'm getting a lot of pains now and lumps in my underarms. Now that's fascinating because that usually indicates cancer with lymph glands. Is there a male close to you that had cardiopulmonary and or possibly cancer who passed?
I believe it was Jim would be the closest one, because I know a couple of people that died, and I wouldn't dare say similar, but I'm thinking Jim.
Okay. Was he real good, or are you real good with numbers and accounting? Because as soon as you said the name Jim, I heard numbers and accounting. Now, what that could mean is there may be something going on with your life where there's accounting issues or balances. I mean, everyone's always worried about finances and such, but that is coming through very, very heavily for you. Does that make any sense in any way?
Yeah, when we were last together, we were fairly broke and losing stuff in our life. This is in the 90s, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, there's no expiration date on spirits. Okay, so they'll come through.
No, yeah, no.
And what no, what I'm saying is I'm complimenting you because you're really good at connecting the dots and you always go with what resonates with you first. Let's see what he's got to tell you. He said, slow down, slow down, slow down. He goes, God, you're pushing yourself, pushing yourself, pushing yourself. And it's interesting because how he's describing you is you're very capable, you're very competent, you're have this amazing ability to multitask and do all these activities. You said, but slow down, slow
Yeah.
down. Let's start taking care of you first. Does that resonate with you?
Well, in some ways, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn you over to Dr. Pat.
Hey there,
I
Colby. I
appreciate
got a
it.
question for you.
Hi. Go ahead.
Thank you for calling in. Happy holidays. Can you tell
You
me
guys too.
something? Yeah, I don't want you to disclose anything illegal, but can you just tell me, do you drive fast?
I'm sorry, I did not catch all of that.
Do you drive fast?
No,
Come
not
on.
usually. Honestly, I do 5 miles above the speed limit.
Okay.
That's usually about what I'm at. Yeah. So I mean, speeding, yes, but
Not
usually within
crazy.
the confines of the law.
Okay. Do you ride a motorcycle?
No, I
No.
don't ride a motorcycle.
So then it's one of two things. The whole idea about slowing down is an interesting message that you got. But I want to ask you a different question. What area of your life does, when you think about it, your heart beats so fast you're in total anxiety? So sometimes slowing
You
down
mean,
is not literal. You know what I mean? It's like when you get a message like slowing down, it could mean that something makes you so anxious or you're nervous about something in your life and your heart just is like beating, 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 right? So
yeah.
you don't have to tell me what it is, but and I can't keep you very long tonight because we have so many callers. But I want you to think about what is it in your life right now that you get extremely nervous or anxious about? You see what I'm saying? So no.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm
So
not laughing. I'm not laughing. It's, something's coming to mind. I just don't. With a lot of time, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make amends with my wife. And
that's
that's the
it.
most nervous thing in my life.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
that's,
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't want to get personal, but I'm in addiction and recovery program. That's part of my journey. This is
oh,
yep, next year is my 35th year. And I know what it's like to make amends. And I got to tell you, it does make me, it's nerve wracking, isn't it? Making
yeah.
amends is a little nerve wracking. Okay. So here's what I want to leave you with about this. Anytime I've ever worked with somebody to make amends, practice on somebody else first.
You said
Do
do
you ha-
what with somebody else first?
practice? Practice on
Oh,
somebody else first. Yeah. What I mean is get somebody that you know, that you love, that's going to allow you to do like a dress rehearsal with them. Got
I
it?
see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Because
I
that'll
got
make
you.
it go a lot
I
smoother.
understand.
Okay, good.
No,
Thank
I
you.
got you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's a big step. Making amends, congratulations. That is a bold act of courage. So thank you for doing
Well,
that.
well, no, I appreciate you guys' time and the
Yeah.
things that you're
Thank you.
saying and, reaching out. So I just want you to know I appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Colby. Have a great holiday. Thank you.
Yeah, many
All right, you
blessings.
guys too. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Oh my God, making those amends. Oh, Lord have mercy. I got a hot flash just thinking about that right now. When I had to go out, it took me 10 years to finish making amends to people. That's how screwed up I was when I was younger. Okay, who do we have next, Stefan?
Okay, next we have Chiquetta from New York. Chiquetta, you
Is
are
that how you
live.
say Chiquetta? Is that how we
Hi.
say that?
Yeah, it's Ted Money, yes.
Did we say it right?
Hello?
Did we say
Yes,
your
you
name
did.
right?
Thank you.
Okay. I think maybe you got to
Yes.
turn up my mic because I think my mic may be coming in a little
Okay.
low. What
Yeah.
can we do for you today? Let's just connect you with Mark. And remember what I said earlier. Please let Mark finish with the message and then you can jump in when he asks you a question. Okay?
Thank you.
Mark.
Hey, Chiquetta. Wow. I'm getting pulled to the generational level below you. Now, what I mean by below you is someone on the child, niece, nephew level. This could also be somebody that maybe you knew when you were a child, but I'm getting a male energy. And he was a boy, when he passed, and a baby, a baby. Did somebody close to you, lose a child who was an infant or possibly lose a, baby in utero?
Yes.
Okay, and you don't have to give too many details. Who is that person?
My best friend in the world, um, daughter, her grandbaby,
Okay, I'm
her
sorry.
grandchild.
Yeah, Stefan, can you turn down the gain just a little bit because she's coming in kind of like loud and muffled, just a tad, because I didn't understand a thing that she said.
Okay.
Okay, Jaquetta,
Better?
go ahead and tell me that again, please.
My best friend in the world, her daughter, her grandchild, daughter,
Okay,
granddaughter. Yeah.
okay. Do you know if it was a boy? Because I'm getting the spirit of a boy.
My little brother I never met. Yes.
Ah, so you had
My
a little
brother.
brother. Okay, so
Yes.
this spirit, remember I said it could be somebody that you knew when you were a child or on the level below you. So this is your little brother, even though you never met him, he knows
Mm-hmm.
you. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
he keeps
Yes.
showing me opals, and pearls. Opals, and pearls. Interesting. Opals and pearls have a lot of similarity because of the iridescent quality to both these stones. Pearls are the birthstone for the month of June. Opals are the birthstone for the month of October. This could mean a piece of jewelry of significance that you may recognize with pearls and or opals in it, but this could mean a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event, connected to you or this spirit or someone close to you in this world in June and or October. And I'm kind of thinking there's a significance to both June and October, and they're linked to the same person. I know that's pretty complicated, but boom, this is what's coming in. Anything there resonate
Yes.
with you, Jaquetta?
Yes.
In what way?
Yes. My little brother and my best friend granddaughter. Yeah.
In what way? What
And
happened in
opals,
June and or October?
that's their birthdays.
Okay, June and
That's their
October.
birthdays. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
let's see what message they have for you. Interesting. A whole new world, a whole new world. I keep getting this whole new world. Now that's interesting because obviously as spirits, they have ascended to this whole new world, but they're talking about you. And hold on, that doesn't mean you're dying. Okay. I want you to understand. They're
I
talking about you're going into a whole new phase of your life and it's a whole new world. And they're telling you that things are going to be opening up for you with your health and with your spirituality and with your mindset. Wow, this is really cool. You got this whole like evolution, enlightenment. Something is coming around. It's starting with the Aquarius time frame. So that would be toward the end of January, beginning of February. There's something coming, which for you is going to be a whole new world, opening things up, and it's really, really positive. Now, I'm not a fortune teller, okay, but I just convey what spirits are transmitting to me. So I'm going to turn you over to Dr. Pat.
say one more thing.
Thank you.
One more thing. Oh, sorry.
Just go ahead and say that again.
I need all right. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you for a certain person?
I'm
in my
sorry, I
life?
can't understand.
Is
You have
there
to
Say that.
speak
Say
more
that
clearly.
again. Are you on a
Is there
speakerphone?
No.
Okay.
Is there anybody in my life that needs help?
Oh, that's a big question. Okay, let me answer that.
Go ahead, Dr. Pat.
Who do you think in your life needs help? Let me ask you that
My
question real
best
quick.
friend. My best friend.
Yeah, so you already know that answer, right?
Yeah.
So what can you do to help out without burning yourself out? So you got to create harmony, right? So what do you think? Come up with 3 things you could do to support your best friend.
Listener, be there for her always, and love her.
Okay. But something specific of an action. Can you visit her? Can you call her more frequently? Things like that is what I'm
Yes.
asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what you can do.
Okay,
Stay close
thank
to your
you.
best friend. Believe me, I almost lost mine last year. And I
Okay.
can't even imagine that now. I mean, I really did almost lost my best friend. We've known each other since 1972. And
Okay.
since that happened, you just get closer, but you try to be there more, right? And by the way, my
Yes.
best friend's
Yes.
coming out here in about a week. So please think about
Okay.
things you can specifically do. Yes, love her, but I want you to do more. I want you to call. I want you to text. Go out to dinner. I don't know, but take an action, okay?
Okay.
And you know, Dr. Pat, let me jump in real quick.
Yeah.
This now makes sense because by doing what Dr. Pat told you, that may mean by the Aquarius time frame, if things are turning around for your friend because of the support that you're giving her, by support, that doesn't mean like doling out cash. It means being there emotionally and supportive. That's when things are going to turn around. So when messages from spirits come through, oftentimes it takes time before it makes sense because a lot of times the things they bring up haven't happened yet.
Awesome. Have yourself a great holiday. Being of service is nothing more powerful than that. Thank you so much for calling in.
Happy
Thank you for
holidays.
supporting the show. Yeah.
Thank you. Many
Happy
I
blessings.
love that.
Bye.
Thank
God
you.
bless. Bye.
God bless. Stefan, one more. Let's go to the next caller, if you could, please.
Okay, we have Rochelle from Nevada. Rochelle, you are live.
Hi, Rochelle. How are you? Welcome to the show. Rochelle?
Rochelle. Okay,
Come on.
let's go.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yay.
All right. All right.
Yay. We got a Rochelle party. How can we how can we help you tonight?
Oh, well, it's my first time calling, first time hearing. So
Okay.
I was just checking to see if there was any messages for me.
Hey, Rochelle, is your mom in spirit? And the reason I'm asking you that is as soon as you came on, I'm getting a very mom-like vibe coming in. Now, it could be a mom, could be an aunt, could be a grandmother, but this woman is just so excited to make a connection with you. And the woman that's coming through, she looks to me that she was definitely right around 80. She'd been like a little late 70s, early 80s, maybe when she passed. And when she did pass, it seems like she was fine all the way up to maybe about 3 or 4 months prior to her transition. I start getting fluid buildup in the lungs, and I'm getting this sore throat, and I'm getting pain in my back. So something was going on, which was affecting the health of her lungs, and the fluid buildup, that could be congestive heart failure, or that could be like a pneumonia or some other type of disease. The sore throat's interesting, because this may mean she could possibly have been on a ventilator, or she may have had something like a strep throat or a pneumonia that gives you a sore throat. And she put up a good fight, but then her body just gave out. Does any of this make sense to you?
Yes, it would have been my mother.
Okay, so your mom is bursting through, can't wait to talk to you. And she keeps, oh, there's this old song, Everything's Coming Up Roses. I'm singing it way off key, but roses, roses, roses. And, you know, lots of people like roses. I get that. But this could also be a reference not only to the flower, but to a name like Rose or Rosie or Rosemary. But she keeps handing you bouquets and bouquets and bouquets of roses, and they're every color imaginable. And she keeps giving me the number 64, 64, 64. That could be the number 6, could mean the number 4, could mean 64 or 46. 64 could be the 6th of any month, or the 6th month, which is June. It could be 4 or the 4th of any month, or the 4th month, which is April. But I'm getting roses, 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 and 64, 64. Okay, anything there makes sense?
She was 64 when she passed.
There we
there
go.
you go.
That's a huge one. That's a huge one.
That's like accuracy.
Yeah. Now the roses, though, she's showing you surrounded by roses, and this is not like, in a funeral home kind of way. This is oh, what's that expression? Take time to smell the roses. And the reason that I'm saying that, Rochelle, is I am smelling the most beautiful rose scents, the fragrance of roses. And she's also saying that treat your skin better. Treat your skin. Now that's interesting. Treat your skin better. Do you do any moisturizing? I know most of the ladies I know moisturize and women tend to take better care of their skin than men. That is for sure. But she's talking about taking better care of your skin and take time to smell the roses. Anything there makes sense to you?
Well, she always told me exactly that. Take time to smell the roses.
There you go.
I
So
was
she's
just
still
so
telling
quick at
you.
everything that I just didn't think.
Perfect. Perfect. Dr. Pat, what's your take?
The thing I want to say is when you get a message like this, I just want to ask you a quick question. You don't have to answer it on air. I always say that because a lot of times the questions I ask have a very personal, private message. And so, what can you do to slow down? What can you do over the next 10 days to do something a little different, break a pattern, just to slow down and treat yourself a little better? What can that look like for you? Is that even possible?
It could be. It's just, I need more patience. Everything's quick. So I don't I just do instead of slow down. It's like a million things running through my head. Quick.
Yeah. So I'm just going to tell you to do something that works for me. We get bombarded with a lot of activities. Every activity you get or every bing, 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 I want you to stop and I want you to just take a very deep breath. It doesn't mean you don't do this thing because sometimes in the world we live in, I have a very fast-paced profession. And I'm telling you, I will stop in the middle of my day and I'll do Qigong. Even if it's for 30 seconds, I will stop in the middle of my day, Qigong or Tai Chi, because I need to stop the energy. You see, here's what I want to say to you. The energy of constantly doing, it has a cumulative effect. And the cumulative effect is very subtle. It sneaks up on you, right? It's like dust in the air that you can't really see, but you breathe them in. You breathe that dust in for a year, and the next thing you know, your lungs are toxic. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there's something you have to cut out, and I don't know what that is, but I'm going to let you think about that, okay?
Okay.
There's a situation that's causing you to just be right on the edge. Do you know what I mean? Like when I say right on the edge?
No.
So sometimes we can have stress to the point where there's just something underlying us in that go. You have to try to find time for yourself over the holiday season, okay?
Okay.
Try it. I think you'll love it. Go get your nails done or something.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You know what?
Go get
I
the
would
nails
say
done.
also
Go get your nails done.
Go for a facial. When she's saying take care of your skin, get your
I
nails done.
know.
Yeah, treat yourself to a spa
Yeah,
day.
come
You're
on.
worth it. You're worth it.
Let's go. Get your toenails done
Thank you
too.
very much.
Yeah. Get a pedicure and a
Right.
manicure. Go, and then you
Absolutely.
get the facial and the wax thing and the whole spa job. Okay. And make sure you pick red, the color red for your nail polish. Just saying. Thank you for calling. Thank you so much for calling in. You bet.
For that.
Oh my God. I was telling Stefan I went to go get my nails done because, I wanted to get my nails done because Dr. Bree Gibbs, her nails always looks good. But what happened to me was I got hit with the ball on Monday. And you see the color of that finger, it's better now. So I walk in to get the thing and the woman looks at my hand. She said, "Oh, we can't touch that." I'm like, "Okay, you don't have to touch." She said, "What is that bruise? I mean, we don't want to get, come back when you have no color." And I'm like, That is going to take a month. So I'm going to do my nails myself. Stefan, let's go to the phones.
Okay. We have Jerry from Florida. Jerry, you are live.
Hi, Jerry.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. How can we help you tonight?
I want to say hello to you, Dr. Patty, and also to Mark. Thank you for taking my call. I'd like to know if there are any messages for me.
Okay, let's see what Mark says.
And Jerry, I'm getting a
Thank you.
male energy coming through to you, and he feels like he's on your generational level. And he's handing you a ring, like he's putting a ring on your ring finger. Now, I never like jumping to conclusions, but I mean, this seems like could be a spouse. Do you have a husband or an ex or a significant other in spirit?
Yes, I do. And that it could be one of two people.
All
there's
right.
also a longtime friend who I went to Alaska with, and he bought me a ring years ago.
Okay. Oh, good. So I like a challenge. So we got three. Jerry, you're very popular. You got three possible male spirits. All right. So let's see. Now this is funny. This is such a guy thing because now I'm smelling tires. You know, like when you walk into a tire store and you smell those new tires. This could indicate maybe you need tires or something's going on with your car. But this is something that's happening, feels like it's happening with you right now. What's going on with your car? Do you need new tires? You just get new tires, or you need a new car, but I'm getting the new tire, new car smell.
Okay. Years ago, he did buy new tires for me many years ago, like 30 years ago.
Is this the Alaska
more
guy?
than 30 years. Yeah.
Okay, so he bought your ring and he bought your tires. We got the Alaska guy. All right, let's see what he wants you to know. This guy
But there's
is
also
cracking
something
me up. Hold on, go ahead.
There's also something else about my car. My daughter had to take my car. The elevator in my condo is broken, and I can't get out of my house now because I can't climb the steps. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. And because this guy is cracking me up because now he's giving me a song, Splish Splash, I was taking a bath round about a Saturday night. I mean, that's an old 50s song. It's kind of a fun song, but Splish Splash, I was taking a bath, whatever goes Saturday night. Now, obviously, I don't think he's saying, oh, well, you need to take a bath, but this must mean something else. And I'm just laughing, or rather he's laughing, and the splish splash taking a bath. All right. Does that song make sense to you?
He
Or
likes to dance.
Likes to
that's a
dance.
good dance song too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I get it too now. I feel like I'm sitting in a bathtub, but it feels like it's got jacuzzi water jets on me. Question, is that something you have to avoid, or is that something you need to do? And the reason I say could it be avoid or do, because I don't want to jump to conclusions, because I know with some vascular issues, doctors do not advise you getting into a jacuzzi, but then others say it's good for your circulation. So the issue here appears to be circulation with your legs, but water jets. Okay, are you supposed to do that or avoid the hydrotherapy, the water jets?
Wow, this is right on, Mark. I have very bad arthritis, so I can't get my leg up over the tub, so I can't get in the shower alone to take a bath. So my daughter helps me, and then of course, I get cleaned up.
Okay, Dr. Pat, let me give one more thing before. The other thing I was seeing, there's those bathtubs, and I don't, and
Yeah, I was just
you don't
gonna
have to
say that.
yeah, they meaning the company will come in, take out your bathtub, and then put the one in where you just like open up a gate, you can go sit in, so you don't have to climb over it. And he's
Yeah,
showing
they're
me
expensive.
that. And the weird thing, what is so weird about this, today I was taking a break. I was working on a project and I took a break and I turned on the TV and there was a commercial where they were advertising those particular type of bathtubs. Yeah, Dr. Pat, I see you looking it up. I don't know what they call them. Hold on. We'll
I know
have
what they're called. What I'm
I
just
know
looking up.
exactly what you mean.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I thought about getting one, but I can't afford it right now.
But wait a
Well,
minute.
yeah.
So wait a minute. Are you on, don't tell me. I have to assume you're on Medicare or Social Security. Is that correct?
Yes. both.
Okay, so you need to look into this a little bit more because there is some, I don't know who you work with, I don't know, but call AARP and ask them because there are upgrades, hybrids, special compensation. Is that right word, Mark? Special
Yeah.
compensation that can be made for you. Do you understand what I mean? And then I have one
Yes,
other
thank
thing.
you.
I have one other thing. What is the deal with the elevator not working around the holiday? What the heck?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
And
What's
that's
your
been
daughter
for
going to do?
years.
Is she
It's
going to get him to
ongoing.
fix it or what?
It's ongoing. It's been for a year. And what they're doing, the building is 40 years old. It's a handicap lift, which is 24 years old, and the parts are obsolete. But the people in the building don't want to pay an assessment.
Oh, sounds like it. Can you move?
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
Yeah.
No, I can't afford to move. I own this condo, which I bought many years ago for like less than $20,000.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, right.
But now they're worth like, over 100. But I can't afford, I really can't afford to, I don't have it. I really can't afford to get another
So
place.
you
I
need
would
to,
love
so I'm
I'd
just,
love
let
to
me
rent
just leave
more
this.
place.
Let me just leave this with you because we got to stop doing can't. We stop that now. Have your daughter put the pressure on them. And if your daughter can't do that, then have your daughter find a legal aid for the legal aid to put pressure on them because no, that's not okay. You understand?
Yeah.
That is
I
a
did call
violation.
today.
What? Did I what
called
today?
Code enforcement today.
You called who today?
Code enforcement.
Yeah.
Code enforcement. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they have to fix that, especially if it's a lift for disabled. They have to fix that. Okie dokie. You just stay on them and get them to
Okay.
fix it because you do not need to be staying in your house. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Dr. Pat, I like your new look. God bless. You look wonderful.
Thank you. You like the hair? I did the whole thing with the color hair the other day. I'm
I
getting a
do
lot
like
of
it very
grief.
much. I
People,
like the whole look.
you like the whole thing? Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, she does. She looks
Thank you,
awesome.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Does
Jerry.
it feel
That
good, Mom?
made my year. That made my year right there, Jerry. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
that makes me happy.
Thank you so much. Have a happy holiday. And I'm telling you, don't let up. Tell your daughter to get a legal aid or an attorney or OSHA. You can call different agencies, but that is inexcusable.
You bet.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Have a great
Thank
holiday.
you. God bless. And both to you also.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you
God
so
bless
much.
you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. We're going to have to get her a helicopter lift and get her the heck out of there for a
Yeah.
couple of days. All right, Stefan, before we go to the next call, Mark, take a minute. How do people find out about you? Tell them about some of your upcoming things you're doing, especially for the holidays.
Oh, certainly. Well, obviously, I'm going to be back here next week with Dr. Pat
Yeah.
because we're here for you during the holidays because this is a tough time
Yep.
for a lot of people who are grieving. And I've got a whole 2025 tour coming up, and I'm invite you to go to my website, which is afterlifefrequency.com, just like my latest book, Afterlife Frequency. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm doing online light circles January 17th and 18th. Tickets are going fast. And the good thing about light circles, they're limited to 6 people. So everyone gets a reading. It's all online. And if you go to the calendar of events on my website, you can find out about those. Also, you can find out about signing up for a one-on-one telephone session with me, just as accurate as in person. I mean, it's what we're doing here. Okay, so please go to my website, afterlifefrequency.com. I've got so many things coming up in 2025, and I can't wait. Rocky and I are going to be on tour. Dr. Pat and I are going to be here, and I look forward to seeing everyone. And also, if you don't know what to give somebody who is coping with the loss of a loved one, you may want to consider my books, Never Letting Go, Evidence of Eternity, and The Afterlife Frequency, because I wrote them to help people understand spirit communication, but most importantly, how to cope with losing a loved one.
Yeah.
So thank you. And Dr. Pat, what do you, your website is
Yeah, we're
Unstuckable.
going to send everybody to unstuckable.com, and you're going to see a lot of things happen on there. But also watch for our evolution. The Transformation Network and Transformation Talk Radio is going to be going through a mega evolution as we come into 2025. You know, we've worked quite hard on this. You're going to see some new features, some new things. And we are one of the few networks that literally take our shows and organize them by type. And so you're going to be able to see more and more of that. And maybe you want to do a show like this, The Psychic and the Doc, but maybe you don't. Maybe you want to tune in to the upcoming new show on intimacy and sexuality, the pleasure movement. It doesn't matter. We are the place that you come for positive centric media. The only requirement we have is that you come from a heart-centered place. We do not censor, and more for next year, you're going to see us come out of the gate big. All right, let's go. Stefan, who's next? I think we have time for one more caller.
Okay, next we have Denise from Utah. Denise, you are live.
Hi, Denise. Welcome to the show. How can we help you tonight?
Hi, I was just calling to see if there's any messages for me.
All right, well, let's see what Mark has to say.
Okay, Denise.
Okay,
Hold on. I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, you got a crowd of spirits. I'm picking up on 5 spirits, and obviously, I'm going to try to work. Oh, all right. There's one stepping forward. This is a female energy. Are your parents in spirit? Because this feels like a husband and wife, and they're on that generational level, Denise.
Well, my dad died in July of this year, but my mom's still alive.
Okay, so I'm picking up on your dad, and there's another woman there with him on his generational level. So this could be like maybe one of his siblings, or maybe somebody connected to your mom. But I want to focus on the gentleman, and he keeps talking about radio, radar, technology, engineering, radio, radar, technology, engineering. Interesting. Did he do anything that involved some type of telecommunications, something with engineering? He keeps showing me all this really intricate technology.
He worked at the Federal Aviation. I forgot what the title is that he did.
The FAA, the Federal
And
Aviation Administration.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Air traffic
Yeah.
controllers, radio, radar. Okay, we got your dad. This is definitely your dad.
Oh,
And thank you for being so quick on the uptake. I love it. I'll tell you, all of our callers tonight, everyone, if you're listening, you guys are rocking because you're connecting the dots. All right, back to your dad. All right. Is there a female energy like I know this sounds weird, but he's giving me the name Bertha. It could be Goethe, but it sounds like Bertha. And it could be the generation above him. That sounds like maybe a couple generations up. Anyway, that's one of the people that's with him. But now he's focusing on you, and he's talking about fan belts. Huh. Could there be something going on, either maybe the cars use fan belts, also heating and cooling system because of the fans in them use fan belts, but there's something going on connected to you with fan belts. Anything there makes sense to you?
As far as fans go, I don't know if this is what he means, but I have 3 grandsons, and they've broken 3 fans that were in their room, not all at the same time, but just recently they keep breaking. So I don't know if that's what he means.
Yeah, I
Like the
think
I
that's
think we got it.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Let's go with that one. I'm sorry, we don't mean to laugh, but it's like that was good. So I don't know if this is it, but I got 3 grandsons that broke 3 fans, and so what that means is he's around you and aware of what's happening in your life, in the lives of his grandsons. Okay. And
Okay.
he wants, oh, sugar, 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 sugar. Now, the problem with sugar is it tastes so good, but the problem with sugar is it's so, so bad for you. And he's putting a sugar cube or like it's like rock candy, which is just crystallized sugar on your tongue, except when I taste it, it's giving me a very sour and bitter taste. This is his way of telling you you've got to reduce or eliminate or be very, very careful with sugar. This could be related to an issue with diabetes or some other health condition. Generally, doctors don't tell you eat more sugar. Okay, so he's giving me a sugar warning for you. With that, you don't have to divulge your personal, medical history. But does any of that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay,
It does.
good. Okay. All right, now let's see if we get another message. He said, you know how to take care of yourself, but you've been slipping. Okay, so whatever's going on with you and your health condition, he's telling me to convey to you that you know better and you know how to take care of you, but you kind of been slipping from that. And he said, I have every confidence in my daughter that you will start towing the line and get it together, because you can do something about this right now. Right now. And let me tell you, a week before Christmas is a really hard time to cut back on sugar. I mean, this and Valentine's Day are the sugar. And Halloween. All right, so we have these 3 hits during the year with sugar. But the thing is, no sugar, no sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
means no high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to read
Yeah,
it.
that's
Read the
really
old
bad
label.
too. I do. Oh, I
Y-
know.
y-
That's really
okay.
bad for people.
I know. But do you, do you eat a lot of sugar? Do you
I
drink, do
don't
you
eat
drink
a
sugar?
lot of sugar,
Do you,
but
do you drink
well,
sugar?
see, I drink black tea every day, but it's got flavoring in it, like raspberry flavoring.
Mhm.
But I could eat better because none of us like really watch what we eat. So
Okay.
I know what he's talking about. I could eat a lot better.
Good.
And as far as
Good.
taking care of myself, I just never have time. I'm
Oh,
busy
my
watching
goodness.
my grandsons full time. I
Okay.
don't have time for myself ever. So
Oh,
really hard.
okay. I don't have a lot of time in the show because we got a hard out tonight, but I'm going to tell you something. You know the story with the airplane and you put the mask on your head thing first?
Yeah.
Do you understand
Yep.
that? Why do you think they do that?
I do. It's because you can't take care of the other people. You have to take care of yourself first, so
Okay.
you could help the other people
Okay.
around you.
I have to tell you, this is hard. So I want to give you this advice because we don't have a lot of time left. But I want to tell you this. Even if you're not willing to make a behavioral change. See, I love the behavioral stuff, right? I'm asking you to make a mental change. You ready? I want
Yes.
to see if you can stop saying, I'm too busy to take care of myself. Can you just stop saying that? Not hard to record, not asking you
Yes.
for like, you got it? Can you just
I
start?
do. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can you please replace it with just one thing really quickly? You ready?
Uh-huh.
I have more than enough time for everything in my life. It's that simple.
Okay.
And I don't want you to necessarily do anything, but if you practice saying that every day, at least 17 times a day in your brain, you will eventually start to make that change, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Wait, you're not off the hook just yet. One last thing.
Sure.
There's one thing that I know you can do for yourself. There's one thing I know you want to do for yourself. What is it? I know there is. What is that one thing? It's called desire.
Yeah.
What do you desire?
I desire to I desire to lose weight and just make more time for myself.
No, but I want you to
And
pick
to-
something specific. I want you to say, I'm going to look, we're big on the manicures tonight, but I'm going to fill in the blank. I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to do something. What is it you're going to do in the next 7 days? For you.
I'm going to get a pedicure and a manicure.
Yes, that's it. Tonight, I'm officially calling it the mani-pedi night on the Psychic and the Doc.
And I'm
Okay.
going to pick red. I love red.
You got to go for
Just
the
for
red.
you.
I got to go for the red. You got to go for the
Yes.
red. Okay, so look, we want to hear back from you that you've done that. I'm giving you 7 days to do it.
Okay,
No more.
I'll do it.
Okay, good. Do it under the sign of Sagittarius. I'm telling you, it'll make you happy for the rest of your life. Thank you. What a great show. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you. It's a mani-pedi night. I know it is. Mark, thank you so much for tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Pat. Thank you all to all of our listeners. And next week's show is entitled Have a Merry Ramahana Badi Dwali Kwanzmas, because that way we are an interfaith open show and we are here for you during the holidays. Thank you, Dr. Pat, for your wisdom, guidance, and for forming and maintaining and making the Transformation Network flourish. Thank you, everyone. God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning into the Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on the Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.